Number 1. GOT7's Mark was given a pair of used chopsticks. Back in 2018, when GOT7 held a V-Live broadcast to send little farewells to fans after the Look promotion, fans got to see for themselves how the oldest member of the group was given a pair of dirty chopsticks when he had no utensils to eat with. Since Mark asked the staff politely and the camera was still rolling, fans speculated that such a mistreatment had been a norm between staff, because they showed no hesitation to mistreat him like that. What's even worse is that though he showed no clear signs of anger and confusion, no one bothered to care, and so he just ended up eating salads with his hands for the rest of the broadcast. While Mark kept his composure and didn't cause a scene, Agassiz were still quick to realize the disrespect, and soon enough, they took it to Twitter, trending the hashtag JYPPIZ apologized to Mark, and demanded an official apology from JYP. From their point of view, there was nothing fun about handing someone dirty chopsticks. Moreover, had it been true that the staff was just playing around with Mark, they should have given him a new pair to eat with instead of letting him struggle like that. After the incident, some also believed Mark was treated way worse behind the scenes, and this was obviously just a low-level mistreatment that the group had to suffer. Number 2. Luna's Chu was grabbed by the hair. If you think a famous happy virus like Chu would deserve all the best treatment in the industry, then, well, so sorry. She was apparently nothing more than just another idol being mistreated, based on the way she was treated by ISAC staff. When Luna attended ISAC in December 2019, one of her fan cams went super viral, but sadly, it was for all the bad reasons. In the video, she was shown being grabbed by the hair by one staff member. The thing was that despite the shook and confused reactions of everyone there, the man didn't apologize to Chu, and only did so after being fiercely criticized by netizens. Though the organization crew of ISAC did issue an apology to Chu and her fans soon after the incident, they also justified it by saying the staff member initially just wanted to tap her on her shoulder. But since she was still so absorbed in conversation with other members, he had no choice but to pull her hair. Of course, no one bought those words, because the video they watched apparently told a whole different story. Ironically enough, the opinions on the video were still polarized, since some believed that such a light hair pulling should not do harm to Chu, and that netizens were reacting so dramatically. However, most people believe that the problem didn't lie with whether Chu was hurt, but rather the disrespectful action, since no one has the right to pull someone else's hair, especially in case they're both strangers and he's a grown-up man. Similar to Mark, some were also scared to think about what could happen behind the scenes, because if these were the actions Chu had to face in public, what people can't see might be 10 times worse. Things were so serious on Twitter, fans not only demanded the staff and MBC to apologize, but also asked for his immediate removal from the company. Number 3. aespa's Ningning was cursed at. Despite being a member under one of the best monster rookies of 2020 and the most invested girl group of SM Entertainment, that apparently didn't guarantee Ningning respectful treatment from the staff. Back in November 2020, where aespa was promoting for Black Mamba at Inkigayo, Ningning was blatantly mocked by a staff member who was doing her fan cam at the time. In the first 12 seconds of the video, you can hear a male voice laughing and saying, "That is not f***ing uncoordinated." Implying how Ningning failed to do the choreography in sync with the rest of the members. However, you know what's the weirdest part about this incident? Despite being one of the biggest broadcast companies in the industry, SBS didn't even bother to have anyone check and edit those insulting words out of the video. And yes, people had flocked to the video and criticized how unprofessional the whole crew was. After the incident blew up on the internet, SBS issued an official apology, saying that the staff's words were taken out of context, and that he was just in another conversation that had nothing to do with Ningning. Also for this reason, they just apologized if the words came across as offensive to anyone, and promised to be more careful with the editing down the road. So do you think people would buy it? Of course not. On Soompi, netizens said that because this was not the first time SBS did something shady to an SM artist, the apology was merely inauthentic. On top of that, the work ethics of the staff was also brought into question, since though it's true that everyone has the right to speak their mind, he could have just saved it for later, rather than blatantly mocking and cursing at Ningning like that. Even when he didn't mean to say so, some also demanded the staff member to step down from his position, for not doing his small job properly. At the end of the day, he only had one job, which was to record idols beautifully and check the audio well before uploading. But as you see, he failed at both aspects. Number 4. G-Friend Sinbi's gift was rudely taken. While this wasn't a super rude behavior, like the case of Mark and Chu, and there was also not much criticism aimed at Sinbi's manager, the fact that he once blatantly took her letter away was already enough to raise the question as to whether Sinbi got the respect she deserved or not. Back when she was still an active member of G-Friend, one fan had written her a letter and sent it at the meeting. However, because the company generally didn't allow it, since some content may include hate speech and inappropriate things, the manager came and took it away without Sinbi's consent, and even crumpled it. Of course, everyone can see that he just wanted to do Sinbi good, but considering how the letter was just grabbed from her hands without asking, and especially in front of her fan, that was still a pretty rude action to do. At the end of the day, there are lots of ways to solve a problem, and the manager doesn't necessarily have to act aggressively like that. Though Sinbi also managed to ask for the letter back, the mood was totally ruined for everyone at the meeting. Number 5. Twice was compared to Blackpink. If you follow Twice, you'll for sure know that the girls' latest stylist is the former Cordy of Blackpink. However, did you know she was once accused of throwing shade at Twice just to compliment the fashion sense of Blackpink, but eventually still agreed to come to JYP Entertainment and work for Twice? That's hilarious, but yes, she did what she did. As you can see, through the comparison, the stylist made Twice seem pathetic and inferior when standing next to Blackpink. However, it's also hard to understand why, as a professional stylist, she couldn't see that Twice's sweet candy costumes completely suit their concept, which is completely different from that of Blackpink, and made such a nonsense comparison. And to no one's surprise, she was heavily criticized on Pan. According to netizens, her words showed how she had zero respect for Twice, and tried to appear superior by dragging other women down. Some also demanded YG Entertainment to dismiss this stylist. Because of her thoughtless words, Blackpink was also dragged into the mess, although they didn't even do anything wrong. However, the thing here is that the stylist then went ahead to work for Twice, just like nothing had happened, and even did the girls no justice when literally dressing Momo in lingerie at Seoul Music Awards 2019, and triggered thousands of fans. Oh, and of course, no one can forget how Jungyeon was turned into a fashion disaster time after time. So, do you think these staff members didn't intend to do things with bad motives? Or did they really want to make idols lose face? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to BBoss TV for more interesting videos. Thank you for watching.